Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a huge topic, one that's, well, everywhere, AI. Now, for a lot of people, that conversation around artificial intelligence, it quickly goes to fear, right? Automation, job losses. But what if there's another way to look at it? A more optimistic, maybe even empowering perspective. That's what we're diving into today. AI. Let's talk about it. We've had some really fascinating insights from an expert who works with this stuff daily, from, big corporate changes right down to raising a family in this AI age.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to get caught up in those headlines you see everywhere. This idea that AI is just sort of pushing humans out little by little. But what really strikes me and what I find exciting is the counter narrative, that the future isn't actually being written without us; it's being written through us. So our goal today really is to unpack that more hopeful view for you, how AI can actually unlock human potential.
Okay, let's get right into that, the big one. This idea that AI is just about automation, about replacing jobs, we hear it constantly. From your perspective, actually being in the trenches, what's the real story beyond the headlines?
Well, from what I've seen firsthand, when it's rolled out responsibly, AI is much more about augmentation, not just replacement. Think about it like this. I've seen AI tools automate maybe, say, 25–30% of the really repetitive tasks for like a whole creative team. But that wasn't about cutting people, not at all. It was about freeing up their talent, their
Right.
time. So it actually empowers people to shift their energy towards what we humans are uniquely good at.
Right.
Creative problem solving, thinking strategically, leading with empathy, adapting to really complex situations. It's more of an uplift. It gives us room for that higher value, much more engaging work.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Uplifting, augmenting. So if AI is changing individual tasks like that, how does that ripple outwards
Right.
at the company level? What does it mean for leadership? And what makes some leaders thrive with this while others maybe get stuck?
That really gets to the heart of it. It often boils down to mindset and proactive strategy. As someone studying AI and leadership, what I see is the most successful leaders. They aren't just reacting or resisting, they're actively shaping the future with AI. They do that through things like, smart governance, making sure it aligns ethically, and focusing on human-centric ways to adopt it. So smart governance could mean clear rules, like always having a human in the loop for the big decisions AI helps with, or maybe building a culture where it's okay to experiment with AI, but always with human oversight, human accountability. While some leaders seem, well, almost frozen by fear, the ones getting ahead are learning fast. They're adapting. They're integrating AI thoughtfully, making sure it serves human goals, not the other way around.
Right. That proactive part sounds absolutely crucial. So, okay, bringing it down to us personally, and maybe thinking about the next generation. If you're talking to your kids, say, about what they should aim for, how do you even prepare them for a world being reshaped like this?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't really give them specific job titles. That seems fragile. Instead, I focus on principles, core things like be deeply curious, stay super adaptable, always think critically, and crucially, learn how to work with these machines, not see them as adversaries. This whole mindset, it's backed up by a lot of psychology, actually, like the growth mindset idea, believing you can develop your abilities. That builds resilience like nothing else when facing new tech. And there's self-determination theory, too. It tells us humans need basic things: competence, autonomy, connection, relatedness. So as AI changes work, we have to consciously design jobs, careers, systems that keep meeting those fundamental human needs. So we stay engaged, fulfilled. It probably means less focus on the routine stuff and much more on what makes us uniquely human.
Interesting. So it really sounds like AI isn't maybe the threat to human value we sometimes think it is. It's more like a chance, a really powerful chance to redefine what we actually prioritize in work, in life.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think AI acts like a mirror in a
Yeah.
way. It reflects our values back at us. If we just chase efficiency above everything else, then yeah, we risk losing that human touch, that nuance, that connection.
Yeah.
But if we're intentional, if we design our future putting empathy first, creativity, responsible innovation, then we stand to gain something much, much more valuable. A workforce, a society that isn't just future ready, but is actually future defining. We're not being replaced, we're being redefined. And that perspective, I think that's incredibly important for us to grasp for ourselves and definitely for our kids.
That is a powerful thought to end on, this idea that AI invites us to redefine ourselves, our value, instead of just fearing replacement. So maybe ask yourself, are you looking at AI as a tool to augment your own potential, to help redefine what really matters most to you?
Keep thinking about these ideas and just remember, how we choose to see AI, our perspective, really does shape the future we build with it.
For more great insights on using AI for positive change and really digging into these strategies, we highly recommend checking out Shelley Meadows' book. It's called From Data to Decisions: AI Insights for Business Leaders, and it's available on Amazon. That's all for this deep dive. We really hope this gave you some valuable things to think about.